Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now let's continue with other composite trigo function and their inverse. Let's see example 4. We need to find the exact value. Now let's see question A. Sine compose inverse tangent 1 over 2. So let us take the inside function and solve this first. Let this function as theta. So now theta is equal to inverse tangent 1 over 2. And then let's change it to tangent. Tangent of the opposite, tangent theta, is equal to 1 over 2. Therefore, let's straight away draw the quadrant. For tangent, your domain must be from minus pi over 2 until pi over 2, which is quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. Since the value for tangent is positive, therefore, you are now confirmed in quadrant 1. So, let's draw the triangle here. And then, let's fill in the value. Tangent theta is 1 over 2. So, your angle is theta. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, 1 over 2. Therefore, the hypotenuse using Pythagorean theorem is third, 5. Now, let's rewrite the question back. This is sine compose inverse tangent 1 over 2, which is sine theta. And then just read theta from here. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, 1 over third, 5. So this is your final answer. And please recheck, you are now in first quadrant. So in first quadrant, all is positive. Therefore, that is correct. The value of sine must be a positive number. You can also recheck your answer here using calculator. Just punch in your calculator, shift tangent 1 over 2. And punch the equal sign and then sine answer. You should get the same answer, 1 over third, 5. Now let's move on to question B. Cos compose inverse sine negative 1 over 3. So again, let's rewrite this as theta. So let theta as inverse sine minus 1 over 3. Change to sine, sine of the opposite. Sine theta is minus 1 over 3. So let's see, the domain for sine must be between minus pi over 2 and pi over 2, which is you must be in quadrant 1 or quadrant 4. Now let's see here, the value of sine is negative. So when it is negative, confirm you are now residing in quadrant 4. So now let's draw the triangle. This is your angle theta. So sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse 1 over 3. So you use Pythagorean theorem to get the adjacent to third 2. Therefore, now let's rewrite our question, which is cos theta. So let's read cos theta from here. This is the house of cos. Therefore, when we are doing cos, the value should be a positive value. So now let's read the value for cos. This is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 2 over 3. So this is our final answer. Now let's proceed with question C. Tangent compose inverse cos negative 1 over 3. So now let's take this value here, the inside function, to be theta. So let theta as inverse cos negative 1 over 3. So cos of theta is equal to negative 1 over 3. So as usual, let's write the domain for cos, which is from 0 until pi. Therefore, you are now in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2 only. Since your cos is negative, so we know that we are now in quadrant 2, because in quadrant 2, this is sine's house. So let's draw our triangle here. This is your theta angle. So cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, so 1 over 3. And then let's use Pythagorean theorem to get the opposite side, which is 2 third 2. Therefore, now let's rewrite the question again. This is tangent theta. So let's read tangent from here. So be careful, tangent here is negative because this is sine's house. So let's read tangent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So 2 third 2 over 1. Therefore, your answer is negative 2 third 2. Now let's proceed with question D. Cos compose with inverse sine sec 2 over 2. So again, let's solve the inside function first. Let theta as inverse sine sec 2 over 2. Then change this to sine. So sine theta is sec 2 over 2. So again, let's write the domain here. It must be from minus pi over 2 until pi over 2. So you are either quadrant 1 or quadrant 4. Since sine's value here now is positive, therefore you are confirmed in quadrant 1. So let's straight away draw our triangle. This is your angle theta. And then let's write our value. Sec 2 over 2. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. And then use Pythagorean theorem to get the adjacent side, which is sec 2. Therefore, let's rewrite our question. This is cos theta. So let's read the cos value from here. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is sec 2 over 2. Now let's read the final one. Tangent composed with inverse cos negative sec 3 over 2. Now let's solve the inside function here. Let theta as inverse cos negative sec 3 over 2. And then change to cos. Cos theta is negative sec 3 over 2. The domain for cos here, it should be from 0 until pi. So this is in quadrant 1 or quadrant 2 only. Since the value for cos here is negative, confirm you are in quadrant 2 because this is sine's house. So when we are doing cos, this should be negative. So let's rewrite the question again. This is tangent theta. So let's read tangent from here. This is negative because this is sine's house. So tangent is opposite over adjacent, which is 1 over sec 3. Therefore, your final answer is negative 1 over sec 3. So that's all for this chapter 1.5 Inverse Trigonometry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.